to secure a 1-point.
Welcome into Raiders Game Day as the Raiders lose, going for a 2-point attempt after a touchdown in overtime. You saw our reaction. We know your reaction was exactly the same. Amber Theoharis along with James Jones and Eric Allen. And look, we're going to break down everything that the Raiders did not do well, some things they did do well, but I do respect going for two and trying to win the game. So let's start with that.
Yep.
Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. The hard part, JJ, though, the reason why you walked off the set was Tyler Lockett was wide open in the end zone.
Yeah, and it was man-to-man. I wish Geno was working that side earlier because it was man-to-man, but you're absolutely right. I respect that. And as a player, if the coach is like, man, listen, we score, we're going to win this thing, we're going for two, let's do it, right? We did not come off a bye week to tie. We did not come out here to tie. So I respect the call. I wish Geno was looking to the left off the rip.
That's his guy. That's his guy.
He was brought in for that.
Yes, for that communication. One thing, 29 points, and off the bye week, I thought offensively, man, getting Brock involved early. I think he had like 12 catches. Yeah. Ashton looked strong running the football. It's just that there's just some gaps here that we have to fill in. We haven't been able to do so. But Chip Kelly came back off of a bye week and had a pretty good game plan against his football team, giving us 29 points and going forward and having the correct play at the end of the game. So, again, it goes back to you have to perform on the football field if you're a player, and that's the reason why we weren't able to win this game today.
Look, Brock Bowers had a huge game, and we saw the difference with him on the field versus not on the field. So I think that's a positive going forward. Ashton Jeanty, they found ways to find him in space, JJ, and I know we've been talking about that.
Right.
Need a little bit more, need more actual carries, correct, running the rock. But let's take a look at some of the final team stats, and these always kind of help tell what happened. EA, I'll just get right to it. I mean, you know what I'm looking at. Time of possession. 42 minutes versus 26. The fact that the Raiders even had a chance to win it in overtime with that big of a discrepancy in time of possession is pretty amazing.
It is.
So the defense, again, struggled to get off the field on third down. But look at the rushing.
Yeah.
Travis Etienne, we knew, had to get a lot of touches, and they kept feeding him. And Ashton Jeanty on the other end didn't get quite as many touches. And look at the difference.
That's
you can
right.
see what happens.
Amber, I'm going to put a little asterisk by the 42-57 and the rushing yards. I need to see after contact how many yards they had after contact. It was not a very good day of tackling today for our defense. We needed to find a way to get there was a couple times where obviously you touch him in the backfield and he was able to get some extra yards, but I would like to see those numbers after touching, after contact, how many yards that running back had, and I think it was maybe over 80 or 90 yards.
Looking at them numbers, though, if you would have told me that the Raiders was going to put up over 300 yards total offense, 7 for 10 on third down, and put up 29 points, I would say we win that ball game. So it's one or two plays in that game that we didn't make that they made, and we lost, and we had a chance at the end of the game to win the game. But, you know, sometimes you got to go out on the shield. And Pete said we're going out on the shield, and that's okay sometimes.
That's all right.
That's okay.
Much respect for that.
Yep, that's okay.
Yeah, and the turnover battle was equal. So the Raiders didn't lose the turnover battle. I think we saw it creep up again with special teams. It was missed tackled. Special teams was an issue at times, especially at the very end of the game there where the Jaguars ran it back 54 yards and started in great field position. You know, that's one thing. Daniel Carlson's missed field extra point attempt is huge. Raiders would have won the game instead of going into overtime. So, you know, I think there's a lot of areas of improvement. The fact that Brock Bowers, we're going to talk to him here in a little bit from Allegiant Stadium, he had 3 touchdowns, right? So it's clear that Geno Smith feels more comfortable with him. I think there's also, and you guys might agree, an issue with Geno Smith holding the ball and making decisions right now. We're clearly seeing it, whether it's to just decide to run or at the end there where just not throwing the ball in enough time.
And it could be a trust factor because he does not hold it when it's going to Brock. He lets it go, whether it's double coverage, man-to-man coverage, he lets it go to Brock. So it could be a little trust factor of him really not trusting these guys to go out there and make plays because he shouldn't even been working Brock's side on that. You should have been working the man-to-man side on that in the two-point conversion and getting the ball out. It would have got out a whole lot faster. So I don't really see a lot of trust with him and those other guys because When he throws it to Brock, he's letting it go early. He's spinning it. Brock's not even looking yet, and the ball's coming out. That's timing. So he trusts Brock, you know. So it was huge to have him back working the middle of the field. And I think even Chip Kelly calling the game, he knew he was going to have Brock when he took this job, too. And Brock not being there really threw a wrench in how he called the game.
A lot of those circle plays, defensive, we call them, whereas you come out the huddle and the quarterback knows exactly who the play is for. It's circled in the meetings, and that's the guy you're going to go to. Obviously, I thought, you know, bringing Lockett over and having him in a situation like that at the end of the football game, there has to be some magic that happens there. So you are right about that. If Lockett's in a football game, that's something they can rely on, some history that they can go back and forth together. Just unfortunate he didn't go to that side earlier and kind of recognize that. And I'm a little concerned about the processing and how he's processing the game when he's not throwing to Brock. I think those things
that's a good way to put
keep coming up again and again. But I'm just so disappointed that the game ended like that because of the situations we were in. We had opportunities to win this football game, and because a lot of the missed tackles and the third down conversions that we gave this football team, we kept them in the game.
I want to get back to that, but let's take a look at some of the positives. Like we said, Ashton Jeanty and Brock Bowers both had productive days. Here's some of their numbers. Brock Bowers had 133 total yards. Ashton Jeanty, despite not getting enough touches, we thought he needs to be up around 20, 25. He still had 89 total yards. And look, every time, Brock Bowers was averaging a first down every time he touched the ball, right? I mean, he's amazing, and it's the first game back, and hopefully they'll build on that, and it'll open up more for Ashton Jeanty, because now you bet on Thursday night on a short week, as Denver is getting ready, and they have a great defense, as Denver is getting ready, they're going to focus on Brock Bowers. It's going to be an opportunity for Ashton Jeanty.
Yeah, and the more and more I watch the Raiders offensively, and we keep on saying, what's our identity? I think our identity is to spread people out and throw the football. And get in the jumbo formations and throw the football. This is not a run-heavy team, and we watching that. We keep on asking to get the ball downhill to Ashton Jeanty. Maybe he's just saying, hey, I'm putting this ball in Geno Smith's hands, whether he's going to turn the ball over or not. I'm going to trust him. I'm going to put the ball in his hands. I think that's our identity. And with having Brock back, you've seen that. But I think us asking up here to run the ball more, I think they listening, but they not listening.
You know, and Jay, that could be another way of getting Ashton the ball at opportunities in the game.
No doubt.
When the safety or the corner, whoever that person is over Brock and has been able to have success, then we can kind of get back to the running game and that spread formation, so there's not so many guys in the box. And Ashton has proven that great vision, able to, you know, pick his holes, and, you know, a very difficult guy to tackle at the second level. So that could be an opportunity for us to get the ball to him.
You know, and the reason why I say that is because you got a back in Ashton Jeanty that breaks a lot of tackles.
Yes, he does.
Came from college breaking a lot of tackles. Did we watch overtime? We watched overtime together. Did we see the running backs from the Jacksonville Jaguars? There was a lot of arm tackles that they were running through.
That's right.
Because if you got to tackle some backs all game long, and you get in the fourth quarter and extra time, it's going to be tough to bring those guys down. I just want to see us wear some people out, and you got to tackle Ashton Jeanty all game long. But I don't know if that's our MO or what we're trying to get to.
A couple of notes here. The Raiders were 70% on third down, so that's huge.
All right.
That is big time.
On the flip side, though, they gave up 50% on third down. So the defense, 56% of the time, couldn't get the Jaguars off the field. So that needs to improve. You were asking about yards after catch. You wanted to see what that was.
Yards of contact?
I'm sorry, yards after contact. The Jaguars had 143 yards after contact.
That's what I'm talking about. Those hidden yards and, you know, those yards we're talking about. It's just not 150 yards rushing. It's you had an opportunity to get a tackle for a loss, so put them in third and long, and all of a sudden now it's first down, so you're not able to call a defense that's going to give Max Crosby and Kuntz and all those guys that are rushing a passer an opportunity to pin the ears back and get after the quarterback. So that's kind of what we're dealing with right now. You're trying to dictate to the opposing team what you're trying to do. And if you can't tackle the guy and put him in third and long, then, you know, Max and Kuntz and all those guys are not given the opportunity to get after the quarterback.
Wait. 143
That's what I'm saying.
yards.
You heard me.
After contact?
Yeah, after that, bam, 100.
143.
Hey,
That's up and halfway back down the field.
Listen, Pete's a defensive coach.
Yes. Yes, the hawk tackle.
We tackling all week.
Yeah.
No. I'm dead. We tackle 100.
You can't. It's Thursday game.
Man, listen here, man.
It was 16 missed tackles, by the way. You're wondering how many were credited to the Raiders.
We got to tackle all week.
Yeah.
We got to tackle all week. I know it's a short week, but if we don't tackle against Denver,
oh man,
it's gonna be a long day.
Yeah.
We got
that's on film.
Tackle. That can't happen. 143.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Yeah. Come on. We better than that.
Have to be.
What did you think of 13 personnel? You pointed that out during the game, and I think one of the reasons Chip Kelly ran that a lot is because against the Rams ran it against the Jags the week before and had a lot of success. Granted, they have different talent on that team than Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
But do you think that could be a successful formation to use at times going forward? Because we talked all about 12, but 13 is
I love
heavy.
the 13 personnel because you bring in 3 tight ends, so you'll be able to run the ball. If they want to adjust and bring in some extra linebackers, we have tight ends that can run and pass catch if you want to spread people out. So I like the formation because it's a bunch of answers off of the 3 tight ends formation. If you want to run Genty, run Genty. If you want to put Brock and Myers out there to run some routes, you can do that too and force some linebackers to cover them. So I absolutely love that part of the game plan. We just got to get to it a little bit more, and I would love to see us, I keep saying it, impose your will on some teams. Get into this 13 personnel and say, man, hey, it's finna be this type day.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And we're going to see if you guys are going to respond to this type day. We ain't did that yet.
Right.
You know, we tried to spread people out. We tried to throw the ball all over the yard, and it's not turning into W's.
So what JJ is trying to say to all those people who don't know is they want corners to kind of raise their hand and like, hey, can I get a safety in here?
100%.
Target some guys, make sure they're about to complete football game, not just covering guys. So when you're in 13 personnel, it's not all, and we have versatility, obviously.
Yeah.
We can put Brock at wide receiver so it turns in and looks like 12 personnel. Yep. But what Jay's talking about is getting to 13 personnel and making some guys tackle.
Come on, man.
Pitching the ball to the outside, making some guys tackle. And you do that time and time again, and that's not my job qualifications. I'm a cover guy, so I don't want to be making tackles 3 or 4 times every series.
And I'm a wide out. So, like, when I used to hear run plays, I'm like, man, what in the world is we running the ball for? Throw the ball all over the yard. But then I started seeing, like, oh, man, they got to tackle Eddie Lacy. They got to tackle. And now we get man-to-man coverage because they got to put an extra guy in the box. And then now the wide receivers can eat. And I'm like, thank you, run game. That's all I'm trying to get to.
You just described football 101. It sounds a lot simpler than it is. All right, we're going to hear from both Pete Carroll and also Brock Bowers coming up next. The Raiders lose this one 30-29. Actually, Pete Carroll is taking the podium now. Let's go out to him.
I can't see anybody, so help me out. Pete, you guys were really over here aggressive in going for the 2-point conversion rather than settling for the tie. Can you just talk about that decision that you made there?
I didn't even feel like it was much of a decision at all. I thought let's go for the win. Let's go win the game.
What was the play right there, and what exactly happened from your vantage point?
Tyler was wide open in the back of the end zone, and the play was perfect. And they tipped the ball. I didn't see who tipped it. I couldn't see that. I'm looking at Tyler. I think he catches to win the game. I thought we won the game because Geno went right to him. So it was exactly right. We just got the ball knocked down.
Coach, this may go without saying, but how much did this offense miss Brock Bowers, and what did he do for you guys today?
I mean, could it be more obvious? What a great player that he is. And we have the way to get him the ball. They hooked it up great. Chip got him open. Geno hit him. Efficiency was great. I think he had. Did he catch 11 balls? 12 targets for 11 balls. I mean, just great efficiency, and his run after catch was excellent. His playmaking was excellent. The one in the corner of the end zone, the guy's pulling on his glove, and he couldn't get his hand up to catch the ball. He'd have caught that one too. They couldn't see it, but this was a really positive game in so many ways, and we're going to win the game with no time left on the clock, which is like perfect. And unfortunately, we couldn't get off the field in the second half. Our numbers in the first half were, we did great. And the guy, how long was the field goal? Was it an all-timer?
68.
Is that all-time? Yeah. For these guys in the freaking locker room, man, it just pisses me off that they have to, that's how it is. The all-time longest field goal in the history of the game, and a missed extra point, So there's a lot of positives. We played well. We did a lot of good things today. our resolve about hanging tough and keep coming back and keep working to finish. The key drives, 3-4 times the special teams returns. Raheem's returns were excellent and put us in field position where we could score from there. I think our tackling was really off. We tackled poorly for the day. I don't know we'll see the numbers and all that, but I think that was a difference for us on the defensive side. They didn't run the ball at all in the first half, and then they rushed for over 100 in the second half. That's so rare that happens, and I got to see the film and all that. But it wasn't a complex game. It was a very simple game in a lot of ways. And at the end of it, they did a nice job, and we did a nice job, and they wound up winning by a point. That's it. And so we got to get cranking. We got a game coming up Thursday night. It's how quick can we get turned around and get going? And so there's the guys, and Max said it after the game. We know we're getting better. We know we have it in us, and so we just got to keep hanging until we get it done.
Pete, right here in front, Ashton continues to just grow. Would you talk about his maturation, please?
Yeah, he's doing great. I just wish we would got the ball to him on the perimeter a couple more times, because it's about 20% of the time you're going to get him down. I mean, he's just so good out there. Just got to get it done more because it's so obvious. He's a fantastic football player. He really is, and he passed pro'd well. He did a lot of really good things beside just the big touchdown play that he had. But he's doing great.
Pete, Geno Smith was 9-9 in the fourth quarter, 2 touchdown throws, played well in overtime as well. Can you talk about just him kind of coming to life with Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty and kind of doing what he's...
This is what we've been missing, okay? I mean, it can't be any more obvious. I mean, you can see, Brock is such a good football player. This is what we watched all summer long and off-season, those guys hooking up, and it just makes everything better. You have a go-to guy. And I thought Geno played a great football game today. He played excellent, and under the pressure of it and trying to finish it, like you said, 9 for 9 in the OT, or was it, or in the fourth quarter? Yeah, that's what we know. And there's the things that we saw earlier in the year when we were trying to patch it together. It just didn't seem like that was the character of team that we would be. And so I think this is the glimpse of what our future is about. So let's see if we can't get this thing rolling.
Pete, I don't know if it's too soon to think big picture after a game like this, but the trade deadline is on Tuesday. I was wondering just what are your overall thoughts on what this roster looks like today and how much changes you're expecting moving forward?
I mean, the answer is we always compete. We're competing at every turn, and there's a chance coming up here with the deadline hitting that maybe there's something there. It doesn't seem like a lot going right now, but we're listening. Johnny's competing like crazy with his guys to find out any opportunity that's there, and so we if you either compete or you're not. So it's simple as that.
Just a follow-up. Just what do you think is kind of like led to some of the struggles defensively? What do you think led to some of the struggles on third down?
Well, count up how many 3rd and 1s they had. I don't know. Was there 4 of them? And it just like blankets don't fit. It's they had I don't know. I think 3 sneaks or something like that. And they had a couple 4th down sneaks as well. So they did a really good job there. But the point is getting out of those short yard situations. That happened again to us, and I think we talked about that last time out. That you got to stay out of those situations, and that we have to be better on 2nd down so that doesn't happen. And we went into this with that thought, and we didn't get that accomplished. It was directly addressed. We went after it, and we weren't able to make it happen. And so that's a whole lot different than 3rd and 6s and 7s and 8s and all that kind of stuff. So the numbers can kind of mislead you a little bit.
Pete, in overtime, your kickoff gets returned as well for over 50 yards. Are people still kind of figuring out and feeling out this return game with the new rules? It just seems kind of hit and miss sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know that they're figuring it out any differently. It's just they're just kind of taking advantage of what the format is. You get the guy in the 26-yard line, everybody's high-fiving and jumping up and down. We're going crazy. So it's different. It's a different part of the game, and so. Giving them the ball to start on the 40-yard line, that's particularly with a kicker like this. Geez, it doesn't take much. Defense got off the field in that instance, but it is different in the game. It really does feel different, and it's a different opportunity. I don't think it's bad. I just think it's different, and I would always go back to the old way. I liked it. I liked the guys racing downfield for 60 yards, and all that. But this is a different format.
Secondly, Dante Thornton was inactive. Is that kind of more not a special teams, at this point in his career? Is that kind of the numbers game and how that played out?
Yeah, and I want to see what Tyler would do. I want to get him on the field, see what would happen. And it's his spot. So because of special teams, not enough contribution, he had to go down on this one. That's just 1 week. We'll see what happens next week.
Well, piggybacking on that, it's a pretty quick turnaround for Tyler Lockett. I mean, do you think in this few days he showed you enough that he was ready to be out there?
Yeah, we were ready to go. We wouldn't have put him out there if he wasn't. Yeah. Thanks.
Raiders Game Day is brought to you by America First Credit Union, the official credit union of the Las Vegas Raiders. Allegiant, the official airline of the Raiders. Low fares, nonstop flights, only at Allegiant.com. Modelo, a reward for those with a fighting spirit. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. And by Cox, proud partner of the Las Vegas Raiders.
On October 24th, 2025, at the age of 93, Carroll Davis, the First Lady of Raider Nation, passed away. Mrs. Davis was a cornerstone of the Raiders for 7 decades and was there every step of the way, from dominance in 3 Super Bowl victories to improbable triumphs. As the matriarch of the Silver and Black and friend to all who knew and loved her, Carroll's indomitable spirit and compassion will never be forgotten. If Al Davis was the heart of the Raiders, Carroll was the soul.
So it's a tough couple of weeks for Raider Nation, not only losing the First Lady of Raider Nation and Carroll Davis and trying to honor her legacy tonight. It was beautiful at the stadium. Losing a friend of both of yours in George Atkinson, the great safety for the Raiders. And he also was honored tonight at the stadium.
George was my guy.
Yeah. By the Raiders in the 7th round of the 1968 draft, number 43 George Atkinson burst onto the pro football scene as an exciting defensive back and explosive returner.
George covered tight ends, cover anybody. George could do everything on the field.
Atkinson wrecked fear in the hearts of everyone. He didn't take anything from anybody.
Football is not a contact sport. It's a collision sport.
George Atkinson really belted the receiver.
If anyone came to the inside, there was going to be a collision.
People like to think I was tough, but George was probably the meanest and toughest guy on the team.
Forever a champion, George's contributions as a friend and mentor to the Raiders continued long after his playing career.
Welcome to Behind the Shield, Week 3. I'm George Atkinson. This is a show that gives you a backstage pass to the Oakland Raiders.
I got something for you.
Go back to the
I got something.
Go ahead.
We wore the silver and black with pride. We understood what the tradition was and what we had to live up to. I'm silver and black through and through.
A loving father and a lifelong Raider. Number 43's genuine personality, wonderful sense of humor, and big smile will be missed by everyone who knew him.
He will be missed, especially by you too. I know, EA, you were close.
Trailblazer. And the seat that I sit in next to JT, he was the one who started that in 1998. Yeah. So more than a football player, a guy who took his professionalism off the football field in front of the screen. So.
Man, it's crazy, man, listening to them people talk, because he was that tough on the football. He was a big old teddy bear around the building, man. He hugging you all the time, bringing you in and all that. George was that guy, man. I missed him out there on the practice fields when I used to be out there when he used to come out there, and we just used to talk and rap, man. He was that dude.
Well, we certainly send our condolences to the Davis and also to the Atkinson family, 2 big losses that helped build Raider Nation. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get back to the game. We're going to go back out to Allegiant Stadium and hear from Geno Smith as the Raiders lose this one 30-29 in overtime. This segment of Raiders Game Day has been brought to you by America First Credit Union, the official credit union of the Las Vegas Raiders. Welcome back. Raiders lose this one, a heartbreaker in overtime, 30-29. Tried to go for the 2-point conversion, didn't get it with time running out. Geno Smith is now at the podium at Allegiant.
Good evening.
Good evening. Geno, you go 9 for 9 in the fourth quarter. I'm just, how big of a security blanket is it to get Brock Bowers back?
Yeah, having Brock out there is obviously he's one of the best players on our team, one of the best players in the NFL, and he just makes my job so easy. He does everything so well. I mean, he made some phenomenal catches today. A lot of those catches, a lot of guys don't make, and you can just see his impact on the game when he's out there. He's such a phenomenal, such a dynamic player. At one point, they were double teaming him, triple teaming him, trying to stop him, and that just opens up the field for the rest of the guys. Other guys get one-on-ones, and you can just see when you got that big chess piece how coordinators got to call games, and how we can call games as well.
Geno, I know this is a bottom-line business, so never losing sight of the fact that you want to win the game. But do you feel like this offense took a step in the right direction today?
Today, I feel like we played a decent game. I thought we gave ourselves a shot to win the game, as you can see. And I think just, if we make 1 or 2 plays here and there, I think the game is, different. And we may not even go to overtime. But, it's a step up from obviously what we did in the past week. But, still not enough, not close to enough.
Can you walk us through the 2-point conversion?
Yeah, they were in a 3-week. I mean, we knew they were being 3-week. That's their call down there. Sorry. We had the alert that we wanted. Had the play. Chip called a great play. Got the alert we wanted. They reacted how we wanted. Tyler Lockett is open in the back of the end zone. We win the game if the guy didn't jump up and tip the ball. Hats off to him. He made the play.
It looked like he double clutched for a second there. Did you think the defender was going to carry back over to him, or what was the reason on the double clutch there on that 2-point conversion?
That's football, brother.
Quick turnaround to Denver. What kind of experience do you have? Immediately getting ready for another game in just a few days.
Yeah, I've already been watching Denver, just preparing my mind for it. Played them last year, week 1. So got some familiarity there. Know some of their players as well. So, again, every game's going to be different. And we got a quick turnaround here. We got to prepare ourselves, prepare our minds, our bodies to go on a Thursday night on the road and get it done.
Were you advocating to go for 2 right there and get that win?
Oh, yeah, of course. I'm always going to aim to go for the win. But, Coach made the call. We were all on the same page. Again, we had the call we wanted, had the coverage we wanted. Everything was set up perfectly. And, the guy went, jumped and tipped the ball, made a play.
So when you look at Geno Smith's stats, he actually has a good stat line, right?
Yeah,
he had 117 passer rating.
Right.
He threw for 284 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. So there was productivity. It took a while to get to that. There weren't a lot of productive drives early in the game, and then kind of eased into it later on. But look, we brought this up a bit earlier. You're worried about the processing, so am I. If it's not to Brock Bowers, it seems like the decisions need to happen a little bit quicker. Is that something, JJ, that you've ever seen quarterbacks work on in practice? Like, what do you do about that as the offensive coordinator?
Well, you got to work on your timing and stuff at practice. But to be honest with you, as a quarterback and the quarterbacks that I've been around, you got to earn that trust in between them lines. You can't go out there and Trey Tucker and drop a couple passes and think Geno Smith going to come back to you, because you're not Brock Bowers. Like, that trust out there is earned. I'm sure Jacoby has earned it. I'm sure Brock has earned it. But that trust is earned in between them lines. You can talk about it all you want on the practice field. Once we get in between these lines, if you ain't delivering when I give you the ball, I lose the trust. I've been in the huddle with Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron would look at me, and I would know. He don't trust me. No, for real. He don't trust me because I ain't been playing well.
Right, yeah.
And I've been in the huddle with Aaron Rodgers, and he look at me, JJ, go get the ball. And everybody in the huddle. And he trusts me. So they got to earn that trust in between them lines. Right now, I do not see the trust of Geno Smith, other than Brock Bowers, the trust in the other wideouts.
Yeah, I like to see him be able to extend the play a little bit more and run with his legs and really run and get some yardage there. I think that'll help his overall game also.
Yeah, once you're already outside the pocket and you see green grass, it's like you teach your boys in Pop Warner, run. Run and then protect yourself. All right, we're gonna be back in just a little bit. We're gonna have the breakdowns of both JJ and EA as they try to make sense of what happened out there. But the Raiders lose a very close one all the way to the very end. That's coming up next. Intermountain Health understands that life can be a challenging game, and mental wellness is vital to our overall health. It takes courage to admit when we're not okay, and even more to reach out. If you or someone you know is struggling or in crisis, call or text 988 or visit strongestplay.com for mental wellness resources. So the Raiders lose a heartbreaker to the Jaguars, 30-29. They're now 2-6 on the season. It came down to a 2-point conversion that failed at the end after a great day by Ashton Jeanty. They used him out in space, and also a nice defensive performance from Isaiah Pola-Mao. Let's turn it over to JJ and EA to break down all the plays.
Amber, we appreciate you. We are about to talk about two ballers, all right? Don't worry about how the game finished, all right? We're going to get on track, but we're about to talk about two ballers. The first baller is the big timer, and that's Ashton Jeanty in the backfield. And you get him the ball in space. We've been asking for carries, and we've been asking for ball in space. Nice little swing pass right here, downhill. This is a 15-yard game, and we backed up in our own end zone. But get him the ball in space, and he will make you right. He will break tackles, and he will get downhill. We need to do this more. This happened all game long. Right now, I would love to see Geno. It's empty. I would love to see Geno get this ball out earlier to him so he can get it and get busy sooner. Once he sees where the defense is coming from, EA, he'll be able to break tackles. I want to show y'all the difference between that play and this play. Watch how quick Geno gets this out. It's the same look. They bring in pressure. We got man-to-man. It's out quick. And now he can see the defenders, you are not going to be able to tackle me. I hope Chip Kelly is seeing that and get him the ball in space and get him the ball sooner like this. Because if he's able to see you, you are not going to be able to bring me down one-on-one.
He's slippery too, man.
Very slippery.
Once he gets the ball, he does a great job of avoiding, using his body, his leverage, run through tackles. And that is awesome, man. One of the only running backs so far to get in the end zone. But I'm going to tell you another baller who plays safety for our football team. We're going to roll him up in the box. And all day long, I've been talking about our safeties playing around the line of scrimmage and providing the impact. That's the kind of notice we need to send to these football players. Isaiah does an amazing job of playing at all three levels. Right now at the second level, look at the speed and how he's going to track this. That is an amazing tackle right there, being able to take the leverage away and make it happen. You see him here, shadow. He takes a little bit of hesitation, understands where his leverage is, makes the big dime play. And we know you, Polly. We know you, Polly.
I love it. He's going to let you know, though.
He's playing really well. And this is one of the most important aspects of playing safety in the zone, is having your eyes on the quarterback and knowing your spatial awareness to be able to know where guys around you are, to be able to stare that quarterback down. Once he pulls the trigger, be able to make a big-time play and get the eye into, we know you balling. We know you. One more time. Eyes on the quarterback in great position, understanding your leverage, understanding where that player is, that the quarterback wants to throw the ball to, that's a big-time play right there. Kept him out of the end zone where that easily could have been 7 points. And now, the last play. This is something that you need to break down, let them know what's going on here.
It's man-to-man up top, and we have a double move. We shouldn't even be looking down here. We should be working up top. You got Tyler Lockett on the stick. Nah, that's your dude. You've been playing with him forever. This should have been an easy touchdown if Geno's eyes was over here sooner. Get the ball out. He wouldn't even been able to tip it. Touchdown. 2-point conversion. Raiders win that game.
And Pete knows it too. That's a great job. And look at that. Was a great route. He's lost. Man, he's lost his guy.
That's a double move on man-to-man. Stick nod. We run it all the time. I actually ran it when we got our first win as the Raiders. Stick nod won the football game.
And when?
Geno's eyes got to be over there sooner. 2014, man. EA, quit doing me like that. Amber, back to you.
All right, guys, time now for one big number. You can see it is 22, and that is the amount of consecutive games Brock Bowers has had with multiple catches. That is the longest streak in NFL history for any tight end to start his career. So Brock Bowers just continues to dominate. And I think that's one thing we can take out of this game that we know is a sure shot going forward, especially on a short week in Denver. But they're going to be going up against a tough secondary and a very tough defense in Denver. But you have to think he's going to really open up the offense.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, him and Ashton are a great duel there. I think they can make things happen for us.
We're going to have to score.
Yeah.
We're going to have to score against Denver. We're going to have to put up some points. We're going to have to establish this run, and we're going to have to get the ball to Brock. So Brock work in the middle of the field. We know he's probably going to be shadowed by Pat Surtain over there because Pat Surtain does not play around. He travels with any and everybody.
That's
big,
right.
small, fast, slow. He traveling, so it'll be a good matchup.
I think the one big difference you see out there with Brock Bowers is the yards after the catch.
Yeah.
Like, that's what makes the difference is that first vertical move upfield and his ability to extend the yards.
And how he can get from first gear to like fourth gear like that. I mean, he just really has some explosiveness to him.
Yeah, we call that a wide receiver in the tight end's body.
Don't you think, though, this that's going to help Jacoby Myers? Like, we're going to talk to Brock coming up, and I'm sure we'll ask him about it. Won't it help the other receivers, though? I mean, shouldn't you see an uptick in the other production as well because everybody focuses on Brock?
As long as the quarterback spins it over there.
Yeah.
You know, I think people underestimate the quarterback play and how special you got to be to get everybody involved. It's not easy to have 3 or 4 receivers and you're getting all of them involved. It takes a special quarterback. Geno has to start trusting those guys and letting those guys be able to make some opportunities and spinning the ball. If Brock is on the football field, you know he's demanding attention when he breaks the field. Jacoby's a really good player. He should have enough targets and all that stuff too to make some plays, but it's on Geno to make sure that he's making sure all his guys are getting some touches.
Guess who was the second most targeted receiver today? Michael Mayer.
Okay.
The tight end.
Big Mike.
So talk about those 12 and 13 personnel. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to the star tight end Brock Bowers, who had one heck of a game. It's coming up next, live from Allegiant Stadium. Raiders Game Day has been brought to you by Allegiant, the official airline of the Raiders. Low fares, nonstop flights, only at Allegiant.com. Credit One Bank, the official credit card of the Las Vegas Raiders. Coors Light, choose chill, an official beer of Raider Nation. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. And by Twitch, watch, discover, join in. Welcome back to Raiders Game Day. The Raiders lose a close one in overtime, 30-29. Brock Bowers joins us now from Allegiant Stadium. A huge day for Brock, 3 touchdowns. But this is not the outcome that you guys wanted. But I'll tell you, Brock, the second that you score that touchdown, Geno Smith puts his fingers up for 2. And is there no doubt that if you're going to lose a game, you want to lose it trying to win and taking a chance rather than just settling?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we didn't come here to tie. We wanted to win. But it's kind of a shame that it ended up like that.
Brock, is that something that Pete already talked to you guys about? Like, hey, man, if we get into this situation to where we either in overtime or into the game situation, like, be prepared to go for 2. We are going for the win. Is that something that he prepared y'all for during the week?
Yeah, well, not really during the week. It was kind of on the sideline. We're going for 2. We're going to win this game. Just, all the confidence in the world in the offense.
Brock, what another amazing day for you coming off just another couple of games that you weren't in. Talk to us a little bit about how you're preparing for this day.
Yeah, I mean, it's felt like forever, but it's only been 4 weeks. But, coming off the knee brace thing and then not playing for 3 weeks, then it was good to have the bye week to get prepared for this game. And, it felt good to be back out there with the guys.
Look, you guys have a short week now. You get ready for Thursday Night Football, a primetime game within the division. One of the positives taken out of this game is both you and Ashton, have a good game. Do you feel like now with the game that you had, 133 yards, that the Denver Broncos are going to focus on you, and maybe that opens up some other opportunities for this run game especially?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, it's great to get back out in the field with the guys, and if they want to cover me, then someone else is going to be open. So I'm excited to see what happens. Glad we have a quick turnaround.
Brock, talk to us a little bit about the identity of this offense, because you got people like me up here saying that I don't really know what our identity is. Some days we come out, we want to hand the ball off to Genty. Some days we come out, we want to spread people out. When we're practicing and we're out there and we're game planning, what are we hanging our hat on? What is our identity of this team? Is the coaches coming up there saying we want the ball in Geno's hands, or are we trying to ground and pound run the game? What's the identity of our offense?
We have to establish a run game, and then that opens up the pass game. But also just sticking with whatever works. I mean, we were spacing them out, throwing the ball around pretty good today. So that's whatever works.
Brock, talk to us about your tight end room. They held you down for those 3 or 4 weeks you're out. Guys playing pretty good, and it seems like you guys have a nice little flow. Talk to us about your tight end room.
Oh, no, our tight end room's like the best in the NFL. I mean, everyone's a great guy. Love coming into work every day and, hanging out with those guys. So it's always a fun time in the tight end room.
Look, I think one of the positives here is you guys were 70% on third down, this offense was, so you're able to move the chains. How much was that a focus in the bye week of sustaining longer drives and being able to give yourself a chance?
Yeah, that was one of the things we really try to focus on was third down, both sides of the ball. So, we put ourselves in some more third manageables rather than third and long. So, that definitely helped out with our third down conversions rate.
Brock, red zone fades is supposed to go to the wide receivers. Did Jacoby teach you that move off the line of scrimmage, man? You had a nice little release, a big-time catch. Talk to us about the play.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Jacoby's the best at it, so, you got to learn a little something from him. And, once I got Geno just told me, he's like, we're throwing the fade. And, I don't think he really cared what was happening over there. He was throwing it no matter what. So, I got positioning and he just threw it up. So it was good.
Brock, talk to me a little bit about your preparation. I mean, you're one of the best players in our league, and in certain situations they're going to have their best cover guy on you or their biggest guy. Talk to us a little about how you prepare for that.
Oh, yeah, you got to prepare for anything. I just practice. Going out of practice, treating every rep like it's a game rep, and just really working my craft throughout the week and watching film, getting the film done. Just everything. Just try to win on Sundays.
Well, we're looking forward to the quick turnaround, too. There's a guy named Patrick Surtain that'll be looking forward to a matchup with you again. We've seen you get the best of that matchup at times, and we can't wait to see what you do. If this was just your warm-up game, we can't imagine now that you're comfortable and back with that knee, what you're going to do against Denver. Thanks a lot, Brock.
Thanks
we
a lot,
appreciate
Brock.
it.
Good game, big dog.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Still to come, we are going to take a look forward to that Denver game and beyond. What's next for the Raiders? Coming up here on Raiders Game Day. This segment of Raiders Game Day has been brought to you by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, the official soft drink of the Las Vegas Raiders. Welcome back. Win or lose, it's always a great day at Allegiant Stadium, the best entertainment in the world. Take a look. It was the national anthem sung by Renee Elise Goldsberry. She is a cast member, won a Tony for Hamilton, one of the best shows out there on Broadway. And it's the UNLV 1990 national champion Rebels.
They look like they can play right now.
Lighting the torch. Paul Gutierrez actually had a big thing to do with having
Yes, that's right. Our guy.
I see you, Jacoby. What up, my dog?
Raider in the house.
We can still run, brother.
And Napoleon McCallum, running back in the 80s, early 90s. With the Raiders rocking the Vipers, I like it. Kenny King.
Kenny King.
By the way, he has some pretty
Taking
dope
it to the house.
Yeah, 2-time Super Bowl champ.
Yes.
There's our guy.
BD guy right there.
Host of Talk of the Nation, Baron Davis, 2-time NBA All-Star, and then Cool in the Gang.
Cool in the Gang.
One of the best bands ever.
Yeah.
Rock and Roll Hall of Famers. Playing there
awesome.
at halftime. Pretty cool to see. All right, so the Raiders got to get back on track. Here's what the next 3 weeks look like. Short week, 2 primetime games. Thursday Night Football against the Denver Broncos, and then kind of a mini bye.
Maybe the offensive MVP of the year and the defensive MVP in the year.
That's right. Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football. So Raiders got to get back on it. They lose a close one, 30-29 in overtime. For Eric Allen, James Jones, I'm Amber Theoharis. We'll see you next time, Raider Nation.